Today we're going to talk about solving a system of equations using substitution. Please make sure that you take out a piece of loose leaf paper if you chose not to print out these notes. Now, to solve a system of equations by using substitution, first, you have to make sure that one equation is set equal to one of the variables, meaning it says either x equals or one of them says y equals. Then, in the second equation, you're going to plug in the first equation instead of the variable. That's where the word substitution comes from. You're going to solve for the variable, and then, very important, a lot of kids always skip number 4. You have to plug that answer into one of the original equations to get a second answer. So if we look at the first example, it says y equals x plus 1 and 2x minus y equals 5. So if I notice, the top equation says y equals, it equals this. So I'm going to substitute that in the second equation. So when I write the second equation now, it's going to say 2x minus, instead of y, I'm going to put what y is equal to, and then equals 5. So if we see that, all I did was substitute this in for the y value. Now I have a normal equation. I highly recommend you put a 1 in front of the x there. So 2x minus 1x is 1x, and then plus 1 equals 5. Now to solve this, I'm going to minus 1 from each side, and I get x equals 4. You're almost done. Since I have x equals 4, I know in my point it's going to be 4 something. So pick one of the original equations. I personally think the top one is easier. We're going to write it down. Y equals x plus 1. X is 4. So y equals 4 plus 1. If I do the math, I get y equals 5. So that is the y value in my answer. So my answer is 4, 5. What that means is if I were to graph both of the original lines on a piece of graph paper, they would hit each other or cross each other at the point 4, 5. Next one. First thing we want to do is check. Does one of the equations say x equals or y equals? Yes, this one here, y equals this. So I'm going to substitute that in for y in the second equation. So this becomes x plus 2. Instead of the y, I'm going to write what y is equal to. So I'm substituting. Now I'm going to solve. So here, to get rid of my parentheses, I need to distribute. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 7 is 14. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 1x plus 6x is 7x, plus 14 equals 4. I'm going to minus 14 from both sides. So I get 7x equals negative 10. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. That doesn't divide, so I'm just going to leave it as negative 10 over 7. Now I go back to the original equation, and I'm going to pick which one looks easier to plug in an x. I would pick the top. For me, you could pick the bottom if you'd like. Y equals 3x plus 7. I know down here x is negative 10 sevenths. So y equals 3 times negative 10 over 7 plus 7. If I type that in the calculator, I end up getting that y equals 19 over 7. So now my answer, because again it's a point, my x is negative 10 sevenths and my y is 19 over 7. Remember, whenever we write a coordinate point, it's always x comma y. So if by chance, when you were solving, you got the y first, that would go in there. Okay? Next one. First thing I want to check is one of the equations equal to either x or y. If I look, the second one, this, is equal to y. So I'm going to substitute it in the first one. So when I rewrite it, I have 4x minus 3. Instead of y, I'm going to put what y is equal to, And now I'm going to solve. If I rewrite here 4x, distribute my -3 to each term, so -6x plus 9 equals 5. This becomes -2x when I combine the x's, plus 9 equals 5. If I subtract 9, I get -2x equals -4, divide by -2, and I get x equals 2. Again, very important, you're only half done. I know my x value is 2, so that goes first in the point. Pick one of your original equations. Personally, I think the bottom one looks easier to plug an x into. So 2x minus 3 equals y. My x is 2, so 2 times 2 minus 3 equals y. If I type that into the calculator, I get 1 equals y. So 1 is my y value. This is my answer. Again, if you have any questions, please write them down, ask me when you see me, or email me. Thank you.